A very good morning. Thanks for clicking on to the Friday edition of Vogan's US Outlook. When we started this work week, we were talking about plenty of heat across the western half of the country, extending from Southern California all the way up into the interior of Washington, while we were also talking about some very chilly days and nights across the northeastern half of the country. All the while, of course, we're looking at South Florida and the deluge that continues there. In the last 5 to 7 days, we've been talking about nearly 2 feet of rain across an area, really from Lake Okeechobee all the way down to the southern tip of Florida. The key area that has been under extreme drought, we have significantly dented that over the last week or so. So that is good news. But of course, as typically is the case with drought situations, we get too much too quickly, and we're talking about flooding as a result of that. In between the wet conditions, the cool conditions across the southeastern half of the country, we're talking about an unusually cool June storm coming into the west. So a massive turnaround from when we started this work week to ending this work week. We are talking about snow over the high elevations, stretching from Washington all the way down to the Sierra Nevada. But in between that, we are also talking about major heat, potentially record-breaking heat. We could be talking about temperatures into the low 100s for eastern South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota. The Twin Cities, for example, could approach the century mark as well. The record for tomorrow, for Saturday, is 99 degrees in Minneapolis, so we may approach that as we go through the day tomorrow. The heat is likely to peak during Saturday, then we're going to see storms during Sunday. But in today's video, I want to quickly look at the GFS ensemble. This is the 2 meter temperature anomalies for the upcoming 5 days, and just notice how chilly it is across the western half of the country. The heat will remain over the northern plain states, extending down into the central plains, and this is the region here, really North Dakota, South Dakota, down into Nebraska, where drought conditions are kind of worsening while we've improved them down across South Florida. This core of heat is going to then shift eastwards during the weekend, and we're going to be talking about temperatures rather than being stuck in the 50s in New York like we've seen a few days ago with records falling, even a few 40s for maximums, which is really impressive for June. To the west of Boston, we're likely to be talking about temperatures in the upper 90s. So what a big shoot up in temperature from record low maximum to record maximum in the space of about 5 to 6 days. So over the weekend, get the shorts and t-shirt out, get your skin lathered up with sunscreen, because it is going to get full-blown summer from DC all the way up into New England, even up in the southern Maine. We're likely to be talking about the 90s during the weekend and in the early next week here overall. So what a change, like I said, coming up as we skip through the sequence here. You can see here in the 6 to 10 day, we're still maintaining the warmth up over the Great Lakes here. Cool across the Pacific Northwest, extending into the northern plain states as well, or should I say the northern and central Rockies. Warming up, if you notice here, across California, down across Texas, and still a little bit of average to slightly below average here for the Gulf Coast region and also Florida, but we're warming up across South Florida, if you notice here. In the 11 to 15 day, you can see here that we are really starting to warm things up across the west. Residual warmth across the northeast, cool up over the northern plain states here. But I think as we go through the second half of June, we're going to ramp things up big time with regards to warmth. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good Friday and a good upcoming weekend. And I shall be back again early next week. Bye for now.